Why your brain overreacts to rejection, the social pain paradox. You get a sudden text that says, "We need to talk," and instantly your heart drops, your stomach twists into a knot, and a cold wave of panic surges through your chest. Understand your mind, master your life. For a moment, your entire body reacts as if you are standing face to face with a lethal predator in the wild. Why does a simple sentence on a glass screen trigger the exact same biological alarm as physical danger? We often tell ourselves that hurt feelings are just emotional noise, a soft vulnerability we ought to easily brush aside. We label our distress as irrational, feeling ashamed for spiraling over a short email, an unreturned call, or a cold glance. Yet the agony you feel in those moments is far from imaginary. Your brain does not treat a broken heart as a mere metaphor. When someone excludes you, your nervous system responds with the same neural machinery it uses for a broken bone. To your brain, social rejection is not a minor inconvenience. It is an urgent physical emergency. For decades, scientists believed that emotional pain was processed in entirely separate regions from physical pain. They assumed physical harm belonged to the body, while social heartache was constructed purely by abstract thought. That assumption completely dissolved in a landmark 2003 study conducted at UCLA. Neuroscientist Dr. Naomi Eisenberger wanted to map what happens inside the human brain during social exclusion. She placed participants inside a loud, claustrophobic fMRI scanner to observe their real-time neural activity. Inside the scanner, participants played a simple virtual game called Cyberball. The game was deliberately minimalist, showing only 3 cartoon avatars tossing a pixelated ball back and forth. The participant controlled one avatar, while 2 other players were controlled by a hidden computer program.
At first, the game was inclusive and simple, with the ball bouncing smoothly between all 3 characters. Then, without warning, the program changed. The 2 computer avatars began tossing the ball only to each other, completely ignoring the human participant. The participant was left watching the screen, entirely cut off from the interaction. As the feeling of social exclusion set in, the fMRI scanners captured a remarkable event inside the brain. The brain scans lit up in a specific region known as the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex, or DACC. The DACC is the exact neural region responsible for processing the alarming, distressing component of physical pain. It is the brain's internal fire alarm, telling you that physical harm is happening and demanding immediate action. When these participants were left out of a simple digital ballgame, their DACC flared with intense activity. Simultaneously, another region called the anterior insula registered heightened activation. The brain was not generating a mild conceptual disappointment. It was sounding a full-scale physical pain alert for a game involving pixels. Dr. Eisenberger's team proved that the brain relies on shared neural pathways for both physical injuries and social rejections. The distress of being left out is biologically real. To understand why our brains developed this painful overlap, we have to travel back in time. Imagine living 300,000 years ago on the open prehistoric savanna. As an early human hunter-gatherer, your physical survival depended entirely on the cohesion of your small tribal band. A group usually consisted of roughly 30 to 150 closely knit individuals. Together, the tribe gathered scarce food, hunted dangerous game, defended territory, and built fires for warmth. Alone, a single human was vulnerable, fragile, and remarkably easy prey for apex predators. If you were cast out into the wilderness by your tribe, your life expectancy dropped to hours. Banishment meant shivering through freezing nights without shelter. Banishment meant starving because you had no assistance during a hunt. Banishment was a guaranteed, slow, and brutal death sentence. Because social separation was fatal, natural selection required a powerful warning mechanism to keep humans connected. Evolution did not invent a completely new neural network from scratch to handle social bonds. Instead, they co-opted the pre-existing physical pain neural architecture to serve as a social alarm. Physical pain keeps you from putting your hand back into a burning fire. Social pain keeps you from acting in ways that might get you kicked out of the tribe. When an ancient ancestor felt the sharp sting of group disapproval, it forced them to immediately repair the relationship. That sudden drop in heart rate and cold sensation in the chest was a vital biological alarm bell.
It screamed at them to fix the connection before they were abandoned to die. Those who felt intense distress at social rejection paid close attention to their standing and survived to pass on their genes. Those who were indifferent to group exclusion were left behind and perished in the wild. You are the direct descendant of the early humans who cared deeply about staying included. Your hypersensitive social alarm system is the reason your lineage survived for hundreds of thousands of years. This evolutionary overlap leads to some truly mind-bending scientific realities. Because social and physical pain share the same central neural pathways, physical interventions can surprisingly alter emotional responses. In a groundbreaking 2010 study, researcher Dr. C. Nathan DeWall tested this connection using everyday medicine. He split participants into 2 groups for a 3-week experiment. One group took a standard daily dose of acetaminophen, commonly known as Tylenol.
The control group received an identical-looking sugar pill placebo every day. At the end of 3 weeks, both groups were subjected to social rejection scenarios inside an fMRI scanner. The results stunned the scientific community. Participants who took daily acetaminophen reported significantly fewer hurt feelings in their daily life logs. Inside the scanner, their dorsal anterior cingulate cortex showed markedly blunted activity during social rejection. A simple over-the-counter painkiller had literally dulled the agony of emotional rejection. Further evidence comes from neurosurgical observations involving the DACC. Patients who undergo a surgical procedure called a cingulotomy have the DACC region deactivated. When these patients experience a physical burn or cut, they report that they can still feel the physical sensation. However, they state that the sensation no longer bothers them emotionally.
The distressing, urgent threat of the pain is completely removed when the DAC silenced. This exact same region dictates how severely an unreturned text message or a cold glance bothers you today. While physical pain relievers offer fascinating insights into neuroscience, scientists strongly caution against using them for emotional distress. Taking acetaminophen regularly carries serious risks of liver toxicity and does not resolve psychological underlying causes. Moreover, advanced multivoxel pattern analyses show that while social and physical pain share brain regions, they rely on distinct subpopulations of neurons. The overlap is deep and functional, but it is not a complete identity. The core issue in modern life is an evolutionary mismatch. Your brain was designed for small ancestral bands where every social cue had life or death consequences. Today, you live in a digital world where you interact with thousands of strangers, distant acquaintances, and online avatars. When someone leaves your message on read, your 300,000-year-old brain cannot tell the difference between a minor digital snub and tribal banishment. It triggers the same ancient survival alarm, flooding your body with stress hormones and causing a physical sensation of dread. Your brain assumes you are about to be left alone on the cold savanna to starve. Recognizing this ancient survival glitch gives you immediate power over your emotional reactions. When you feel that sickening pit in your stomach after a social rejection, pause and recognize the signal. Your brain is simply trying to protect you using an outdated, overly dramatic security system. You can use a technique called cognitive reappraisal to recalibrate this ancient alarm. Remind yourself explicitly that an unreturned text, a canceled plan, or a critical comment is not a physical threat to your survival. You are not stranded alone in the wilderness. You are a modern human with safety, agency, and endless opportunities to build new connections. The visceral hurt you feel is not a personal weakness or a flaw in your character. It is the powerful legacy of a brain hardwired to keep you alive and connected. By understanding the neuroscience behind your pain, you can listen to the alarm without letting it control your life. The next time a cold response makes your heart drop, remember that your body is just trying to save your life. You wake up, read the screen, and feel the ancient alarm sound inside your chest. Only now, you know it is just a ghost from the past, and you are completely safe.
Please like and subscribe for more.